Mods, if anyone placed a bet on me not eating cheese today, pay out the doubters. The bet has already fallen apart. Typically for breakfast, I eat a kind bar and I eat my first cheese ingot of the day. And then around 11:30 a.m. to noon, I have a second cheese ingot just to get me to lunchtime. Hello to you as well. Hallelujah, we're live. Oh man! By the way, this is a new flavor of bubbly I've never seen before. It's ananas. I don't know what that means. I guess it's like bananas, but they dropped the B because there's already too many B's in bubbly. Yellow can, that checks out. I know it means pineapple, you Poindexters. Come on. Isn't this one of those things where like in all Romance languages, Spanish, French, etc., all the other ones, Italian, I know Portuguese, I know them all, of course. You've seen me play GeoGuessr. In all Romance languages, it's something like ananas, but then in English, it's like pineapple. Ananas, anana, anananas, ananas, ananas, pineapple. It's the same for grapefruit, right? Pamplemousse, 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 grapefruit. What the fuck were they smoking when they made this language, man? Anyway, what are you talking about? I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I was trying to figure out what to play today. I knew we were going to play Sap, and then like an Archangel. You know in Angels in America, where at the end of the first act, Delta Burke breaks through like the ceiling, and you're like, whoa, those really are some angels in America. That was what... No, you didn't see Angels in America? Okay, maybe a little bit before your time. Is that Delta Burke? Hold on, give me a second here. Delta Burke, Angels in... Oh, she's in Touched by an Angel! That's a different show. Who's the angel in Angels in America? 1 second. I think it's just a person. Yeah, anyway. I've never seen either of them, but I have read the descriptions of both. Like an Archangel, I saw Daniel do a quiz that said, are you a boomer or are you a zoomer? And I thought to myself, you know what? There could be some humor involved in that. The quiz is actually horrible. Well, be that as it may. The quiz is horrendous. I mean, it is from a website called scuffedentertainment.com. What do you expect, right? The quiz is beyond bad, but go ahead. It was so ass. Hold on, let me do a test first. Which Among Us color are you? Let me see, okay? How about I'm going to do this one. I just want to see what the screen region looks like, okay? Let me psychoanalyze you, but also be nice. Start quiz. What is your strength? What the hell? This is the same question from the start of the Boomer versus Zoomer quiz. They're reusing the same damn questions? Narcolepsy quiz. Do you have a sleep disorder? It's the same question! What is your strength? This is a... Daniel, you... Of course Daniel got Boomer on the quiz. He didn't realize he found himself at like an SEO content farm that was just trying to get like... It was one of those websites where when you like click the back button, you've got to click it like 50 times in order to get back to Google. He ended up in the Boomer honeypot, man. Are you a boomer or a zoomer? I'm doing the Buzzfeed quiz, man. Dan probably thought Oh, Buzzfeed, that's for Zoomers. And then he clicked on one that was called scuffedentertainment.com/p question slash, and then it looks like the encryption key for HD DVDs. So he pre-selected himself into the boomer category. What a guy. Hold on, I'm just scrolling. I'm just scrolling for a second. Just scrolling. Okay, I can do this. I can do this quiz. A legitimate site, BuzzFeed? I mean, it's you can laugh all you want, but like BuzzFeed is like a legitimate site with like writers and like an office and stuff. It's not one of those sites that's like, you won't believe what celebrities that were kids when they were famous look like now. That's just like, you know, some dude with a Markov chain in his apartment. Okay, hold on. I got to figure out what screen region is going to work for this. SAP browser? Sure, why not? I mean, look, the screen region is a little scuffed, okay? But we're going to roll it anyway. Slash marker boomer v zoomer. All right, an unexpected error occurred. Try again. I think Twitch is having some problems today. Slash marker boomer v zoomer. An unexpected error occurred. Try again. Okay, I'm going to... This is a weird one for me. Because somebody also said, why is the VOD gone? VODs are having serious issues. So what you start to think is like, maybe I should go... Maybe this VOD is scuffed. I should go offline and then go back online. But what if I go offline and then it doesn't go back online? Because sometimes, like, on Twitch, you get, like, grandfathered in. If you're live and then the website has problems, it's like you can stay live. But if you ever go offline, you're fucked. Don't bring my grandfather into this. It's a boomer v zoomer quiz. I have to bring your grandfather into this. Whatever, man. If the VOD doesn't work, I'll just I don't know, not publish YouTube videos for one day. That would be a first. I would like a slash marker though. Slash marker be boomer v zoomer, please. An unexpected error occurred. Try again. You gotta write a more descriptive error message than that. Because you obviously don't want me to try again because it's not working. Could you write an error message that is like, at least say try again later? You can't just write try again for an error. I think I hit the damn, I hit the top level of the try catch block. I hit the end of the switch statement that just says, I don't know, just send him an error message that says go do it again. If you make it to the top of the try catch block, they should throw an error message that says try something else. Because this shit is not going to work. We don't know what's wrong. Slash marker, boomer versus zoomer. Sorry, this is 15 minutes of programmer humor. Okay, give me a second. Twitch support. Let's see what Twitch support's doing right now. Mod Appreciation Day blocked. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Oh, man. Nothing? It's probably because me and Bear went live at the same time. We stuffed ourselves through the door, but it's like a one-person door. Two people tried to get through, and we went like, like a cartoon, like our eyes were popping out of our head, and then we both popped out, but now we're over capacity. Anything? Nothing? Okay, I don't know, man. I'm bad chesting and I don't even care. That's what I like to hear. I mean, this might be like a one-off stream for all we know. Because, like, it's possible that this will never be recorded for posterity. This might be, this is like a Snapchat stream. Say a curse word? I would never. Survivor Reacts coming up. Slash marker? I am trying again. They got me. Boomer versus Zoomer. Unexpected error occurred. Please. Please. Now I got to do it the old way. 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, I don't even know if this is ever going to make it on the YouTube because slash marker's not working on Twitch. It's thrown my whole workflow into disarray. How dare a website have an error? So, like, I had a whole rigmarole to spin you about how Dan took a quiz on whether he's a boomer or a zoomer, but he took it from a website that is only for boomers, so he self-selected into the boomer category. Also, I know whether he's a boomer or a zoomer because I've seen his text messages, at least the ones that he sent to me. We, on the other hand, we tried to do his quiz. His quiz was literally just from a content farm that used the same questions for every single quiz. Like, the first question was, what's your superpower? Dedication, discipline, creativity, or trustworthiness? Then I said, hey, let's try something. And I went to, do you have narcolepsy quiz? And the first question was, what's your superhero power? Creativity, trustworthiness, dedication, or discipline. So we found ourselves at least on a website that I trust to have a quiz that is meaningless, but at least fun. Welcome to Buzzfeed. Am I a boomer, a millennial, or a zoomer? I gotta tell you, everybody's gonna assume that I'm a boomer because I am fiscally responsible. I like to wake up early and I like to have a routine. But you are all, in my head, about 18 years old. The oldest person you interact with that isn't your parents is, or a teacher for that matter, is like 22, and you make fun of them for being old. I interact with like real old people at daycare and like activity gym and like the library and shit like that. I am way more in touch with what it means to be hip and current than your average 33-year-old. Let me tell you. Average 33-year-old is like, here's my impression of them. Honey, where's my Arc'teryx? Honey, keep calm and find my Arc'teryx. Honey. Honey, not that's the Helly Hansen. Honey, keep calm and find my Arc'teryx. I can has Arc'teryx. That's the average 33-year-old. And meanwhile, I'm over here like dab on him. So I don't think necessarily I'm going to be a boom. I think I'm a true millennial, okay? Pick a plant to own. There's only 7 questions. Let's get started. Pick a plant to own. A fiddle leaf tree, a snake plant, a peace lily, or a yucca plant. I am like plant blind. None of these really mean anything to me. I think it's very zoomer and millennial to own a lot of plants. I feel like that skipped, like my grandma's generation had like a lot of plants. And then like Gen X and millennials, not that plant rich, maybe a couple of things going. And Malf, of course, is, you know, I mean, he's a millennial. But then like anytime I see a zoomer TikTok, their house looks like the biosciences laboratory at Queen's University, my alma mater. Like, I don't know, the more real estate in their apartment is dedicated to flora than floor, which is crazy. But anyway, so I'm kind of like plant blind. I don't really care about plants that much. Which plant here looks the best to me? This is Boomer City. This is literally like we winter in Palm Springs. Who needs the snow? A peace lily, I feel like it's just impractical because lilies are like insanely poisonous to pets. But then sometimes plants are like messed up. Sometimes they're like, oh yeah, it's called a peace lily, but really it's an azalea. Who's got the time for that? You know what? I would say my favorite of these is probably a fiddle leaf tree, but I don't like that it's on the ground. I at least like that a snake plant, it seems like you could place it on a shelf, which is kind of a nice aesthetic look. Um, but this is kind of cool looking. You know what? Give me the fiddle leaf tree, okay? You stubbed your toe, but you're in the presence of a child, so you can't swear. Express your anger in a different way. Um, I'm not laughing. Like I'm not making a joke. I would do none of these. Sugar, oh bloody hell, oh fork, or gosh darn it. I would simply weather the storm of pain. And I would probably hop around on one leg for a second. I don't wish to answer this question. I when I like stub my toe, I do a sharp intake of breath through my mouth. I go and then I start hopping around. Um, I honestly think the closest that I would get to on these, I hate to say it because it makes me cringe, is sugar. Though because I think I could be like, oh, sugar. I could see it happening if it had to. That's just me being honest, but they're all cringe. What do you do first thing in the morning? Check my phone, snooze the alarm, make the bed, or shower? First thing I do in the morning is check my phone. I'm usually up like a minute before my alarm, 5 minutes before my alarm. I look at my phone, and then I get up and I begin preparations for defecating. Let's check my phone. I mean, that's a gimme. Pick a vegetable. I thought this was going to be the easiest question of my life, okay? Pick a vegetable. I was so ready to just pick Brussels sprouts, but I have to pick potatoes. And I know potatoes are probably going to put me straight in the boomer category, like by default, but that's okay. I'm not trying to game the test to get a different result. I am what I am. Brussels sprouts will be second for the record. One of the most underrated vegetables on the planet, but a potato is just, it's superior. If you're a Zoomer and you're like, I'd pick Brussels sprouts. No, you wouldn't. I've seen you. Table of four women, 24 years old, always plate of French fries in the middle, every single time. But they summered abroad once, so they've got like Dijonnaise instead of ketchup for a dipping sauce. Is potatoes. Pick a cat to own. Answering this question automatically sorts you into millennial tier. If I had to pick one of these cats to own, look, they're all cute, okay? I think I kind of like the psycho one. I think I like the one that's busting through the wall. That looks like it's saying, "To who, Ben? Aquaman?" I like this cat. Now, I like the idea of this cat. Owning this cat seems maybe annoying, but I'll take it anyway. By the way, I hope you're ready. Elton John Farewell Tour, Friday and Saturday, October 21st and 22nd at BC Place. Don't even get me started. This guy, Elton John, he did a farewell tour that passed through Vancouver like 3 years ago. How many farewell tours is this guy going to go on? Maybe the last one wasn't called Farewell. It was called like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road Tour, wink, wink. He's been saying farewell for a long time. Okay, finally, what annoys you the most? When people say sick to mean cool, not annoying. When people say LOL out loud rather than laughing, LOL doesn't bother me that much. But when people say, and I hate to put my mom on blast here, but sometimes my mom will say WTF out loud, and I'm like, we don't do that. Saying WTF out loud is very much like, you're in the out group looking in. Maybe you could have said that in 2005. Like if my mom had been like, WTF, what happened to your nose? I would have been like, wow, my mom's really hip. But in 2022, we don't say WTF. I say Twitch emotes out loud for sure. So does Mouth though. Lol W, lol W. When people say like a lot, literally doesn't bother me at all. Boomers will be like, I hate how kids say like all the time. I've seen you text. You'll send a text to your son that's just like, honey, dot, dot, dot. And then when your kid replies to you and says, who died? They're like, nobody. I just wanted to say hi. There needs to be a boomer texting class. And I've realized this over time. Because the older generation uses ellipses as like a period is too formal. So I'm just going to like, naturally in conversation, you trail off. Hi, honey. Millennials and younger use ellipses as like every subsequent dot is like, I have more to say, but I haven't typed it yet. So your brain is going, what the heck is coming down? It's you typed out the ellipses, but there's no dad is still typing. So you're like, what's going on? I hate the we need to talk dot. Okay. I can get ready for that. That's like a serious thing. We need to talk dot, dot, dot is psychic torture. Is dad okay? Are you okay? Is everyone in the family okay? Then she's like, what web browser do you use? And I'm like, Chrome. What web browser do you use? And she's like, Edge. And I'm like, Edge! Anyway, sorry. When people use business jargon, I mean, that doesn't really bother me, but it depends on. I get way more annoyed when people like in a hobbyist subculture only talk in like acronyms when it would be more instructive for them to just use like basic terminology. You know what I mean? Like when people use business jargon to describe something and that's the simplest that it could possibly be, that's fine. When people are talking about like Genshin Impact and they're like, yeah, I had to re-rack my 5 pull. I'm like, what does that mean? And then they're like, oh, I created another free account and you get 5 free Genshin Impactors. That's just use like, why don't we just speak to each other in the first principles, you know? Anyway. I'm going to click when people say LOL rather than laughing out loud. But first, I'm going to lower this just in case it pops up like... You ever get an ad that pops up like your GPS coordinates? Sometimes. Here's the closest Tim Hortons to you. Okay, so I'm just going to turn this screen region off for a second. And I'm going to click when people say LOL rather than laugh out loud. And I have a horrible piece of news for you. I could not have had a worse result. This is actually so funny. You are Gen X. You would like the record to show that you used to be down with the kids. That's possibly the worst result. I don't know if there's a generation I poke more fun at than Gen X. Because the only thing I ever hear Gen X say on social media is how annoyed they are for always being forgotten. And there's some irony there because I forgot that they would be part of this quiz. And then also complaining about how both of their parents worked. So they had to watch a lot of MTV at their house and learn how to make themselves grilled cheese sandwiches. And I'm like, yeah, so has every generation since, dummy. Get over it. At least you had like Nirvana. You got something. You had Reality Bites, Peak Winona Ryder, just like, you know, have some appreciation for the generation that birthed you. Hey, Swift Underpants, thanks for the gifted subscriptions. Thank you. Well, that hurts, though. Aren't you Gen X? I'm 33 years old, dude. I'm a mid-millennial. I'm not even an old millennial. You know, every time we play Catan, I'm the youngest person in the group. Not by much, but you know, I'm 5 months younger than Malf. I'm like 8 years younger than Sips. I don't know how old Corey is. Corey is somewhere between 37 and 40 years old. But let me put it this way. The reason I don't know how old he is because I think he's old enough that if I asked him, it would make him feel bad to tell me. Which is why I just stay away from the conversation to begin with. Like his birthday was earlier this week. And I said happy birthday. In my head, I wanted to be like, how old are you? But I didn't want him to be like 40 Sag. So instead, in my head, he'll just exist in that like superposition. Hey, Fudd Rankus, thanks for the gifted subscriptions as well. Thank you. Thank you. I guess I'll try to do a slash marker. You think it'll work? Slash marker. Boomer v Zoomer quiz. An unexpected error occurred. Try again. Okay, cool. Thanks for watching. Click. This concludes your broadcast day. Maybe I am Gen X. That movie came out in 1995. Yeah, I hope you're enjoying the live show. Because I'm not sure that this is ever going to make it to YouTube. I can't believe I'm Gen X. That drives me crazy. This yes or no quiz will tell you if you're an old millennial. I don't need that. I have a birth certificate. Have you ever eaten Oreo O's? No. Did you ever wear wide leg pants? Yes, they were cool at the time. Have you ever had a Squeeze It? Yes, I have had a Squeeze It. Did you ever connect to AOL using dial-up? Yes, I did. Did you ever eat a delicious handy snack? In hindsight, they should not have called it that. It is molten cheese with a red plastic stick. I know you got no screen. This is for me. Yes, I have eaten a handy snack. Do you remember coming home from school, watching TRL, and seeing Britney Spears' Hit Me Baby One More Time as #1? Yes, my grandparents had American Satellite. I did see TRL. Do you remember eating one of those weird polka dot paper popsicles? Yes. Did you ever play Oregon Trail? Yes. Did you ever get a scuffed Ninja Turtle ice pop from the ice cream truck? Yes. Did you ever download a song off of LimeWire? I plead the Fifth Amendment. Under the advice of my attorney, I have been told to exercise my Fifth Amendment right. Did you beg your parents to get you a Motorola Razr as your first cell phone? No, I had an LG Chocolate. I never owned a Razr, but I was jealous of people that did, so I'm going to say no. Did you ever have a Blockbuster membership card? I had Blockbuster and Jumbo Video. Did you spend your Saturday nights watching Nickelodeon? On occasion, yes. You are an old millennial. So true. So true. Does Canada have a Fifth Amendment? It's a great question. There is no Fifth Amendment in Canada. Is there an equivalent to the Fifth Amendment in Canada? Pleading the Fifth in Canada means invoking Section 13 of the Charter, which guarantees a witness who testifies in any proceedings has the right to not have any incriminating evidence so given used to incriminate that witness in other proceedings, except in a prosecution for perjury or for the giving of contradictory evidence. I would like to plead my Section 13 of the Charter rights. Under the advisement of my attorney, I will be invoking Section 13 of my Charter rights.
I almost died.
You almost died.
Yeah, there was I had the left turn signal, and I was turning left. And
Okay.
this lady slammed on.
Lady.
And it was a red light on her.
Wow.
And then I looked at her like this. I was like, oh my God. And then she just covered her mouth like.
Oh, that's at least she waved.
And then I was driving on the road where both of the street parking were there.
Yeah.
And then this car, no left signal or anything, just popped out.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa! And I stopped. And then the car didn't even wave or anything. They just then they just went by.
It's crazy out there.
It was so crazy.
It's a jungle out there.
And then I waited. I tried to go straight, but then the car, 3 cars in front of me, tried to turn left.
Yeah.
I waited 4 lights.
Wow.
Green to red, green to red, green to red, green to red.
It's the worst.
And I was like, what happened? What happened?
This is not for you, this is for chat. Little Vancouver driving tip. We don't have lanes to turn left in a lot of the city. So never be in the left lane, because if one person is turning left, it will cause you to be 20 minutes late for work. So I was driving yesterday. I didn't have anything like that happen to me. but I got to a four-way stop about 2 seconds before another guy, and then he tried to go before me in the order. He was I was at the 6 o'clock position. He was at the 9 o'clock position. I was turning left, so I was crossing his path. His wheels started to go a little bit. I said, I pushed my way into the intersection, turned left, secured my position in the lane. Whole time, eye tracker. The eye tracker was on. He was looking at me and he was giving me like a smug look. I was looking at him and he was giving a smug look.
Oh my God.
Neither of us broke the stare. I just kept driving.
You should just let him go through.
Screw that. I was clearly there before him. Why is he trying to take umbrage of the situation?
That is so unnecessarily ego trip.
He started it. If he had just followed the rules of the road, then we wouldn't have had that. I would have waved and said, "Have a good day, sir." Someone's got to do it. Didn't you watch? You watched the Batman. He's a hero. Somebody's got to clean this city up, okay? The VOD is non-existent. Is that normal? We're going off the rails today. Twitch has had VOD issues. I don't think this stream's going to survive for posterity. I don't think it, like, I can't slash marker in chat. We're streaming to like a hard drive that's being erased as I stream it. We're off the books. We're in the minus realm right now. We're in between the atoms. I don't know what's going on. Why is the screen black? Oh, I was getting ready to play Super Auto Pets. That means we can say whatever the hell we want. Twitter, Twitch, support. Doesn't OBS have a record button? Yeah, but the VOD will be like, it'll be like 30 gigabytes, man. This shit's gonna be crazy. I'm very like Marie Kondo when it comes to data. I'm like, I just eat it, man. I know there's some people out there, pardon me, that like they've saved every single video they've ever recorded for YouTube, migrated it across like 20 different hard drives. If something happens to YouTube, at least I'll have all my videos. You're going to spend 6 months uploading, you're playing Mario Kart Double Dash episode 55. That's not worth your time. It was worth your time when you uploaded it when it came out in like 2007 or whatever, but now you got to fucking move on. You don't need all that shit. Nobody's watching that, not to be rude. You can save the highlights. Save the good stuff, but come on, you got 10,000 hours of filler content across 25 different hard drives. You're never uploading that shit again. It would take you like 3 years of full-time work. We live in the moment here, okay? You're going to put that shit in the cloud? You're going to pump CO2 into the atmosphere every single year to keep your Paper Mario and the 1,000-Year Door Let's Play Part 57 where you didn't even do anything in the cloud? I don't believe you. Or you should be kinder to yourself. You should give yourself a damn break. Mouth, we're flying blind here. I got no instruments. The VODs aren't working, man. What the hell? I don't know. I'm in the middle of a damn hurricane. Twitch support hasn't even said anything. I hope somebody's recording this on a camcorder. I'm going everywhere. r/Twitch, are you working? Anybody make a post that says VODs don't work? Am I crazy, or are there no VODs of current streams on Twitch today? What is going on? Twitch are unlisting VODs with DMCA music in it. Twitch, I'm your guy. I'm just being honest with you. I'm 100%. I'm your man. All I play is Plock. Play no music. I don't think it's working, man. I think you Mark Zuckerberg did. Any wrenches in the chat? You Mark Zuckerberg did. You said, oh, move fast and break things. You freaking broke it. You broke it. What the hell am I supposed to do? It's the classic situation where somebody throws styrofoam in the recycling bin and then the whole apartment building has to deal with a notice posted on their doors. Please don't put styrofoam in the recycling bin. Yeah, I know that. I'm not stupid. Maybe you could just violate their Charter 13 rights, go to the security camera, see who put the styrofoam in the garbage can, and then like freeze some urine on a plate in your freezer and then slide it under their door like we used to do in the old days. That'll teach them a lesson. It's like the classic situation of the bunny stealing dinner out of the mailbox. You never did that one? I never did that one either, but I imagine doing it to people that I didn't like a lot. Big Gen X energy. I think the real question of if you're a millennial is, do you think that Johnny Knoxville should get a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Oscars? So I think if you're over the age of 50, you're like, he's a dummy. Anyone could just get shot in the head with a blow dart over and over. It doesn't take any skill. You know what takes skill is to be in Daniel Plainview from There Will Be Blood. If you're under the age of, something, I don't want to pick a number and make people feel bad. I think you're like, that man's a damn hero. He's had his nutsack sewed back so many times, I think he just unzips it to take a piss. That's not how male anatomy works, in case you're unaware, but, it's kind of weaving a thread of wordplay anyway. Pee is stored in the balls. Science is out on it right now. It's constantly changing. Don't reward that level of stupidity. What are you talking? It's an Oscar. It's not a reward. He's already rich. And an Oscar is just a little piece of brass or something. It's nothing. Doesn't mean anything. You become like a trivia question. It's actually gold. Well, this is what we're doing today. Is the Oscar real gold? How much is an Oscar worth in gold? Cast in bronze and finished with gold plating, the Academy values it at just $1. Yeah, but that's like some IRS shit. But it being gold plated still. I mean, I'll pay you $2. Sorry, I got a burp. Oh, man. Give back your YouTube award then? I was talking about it with Kate. I haven't gotten my gold play button yet. But I actually think, like, when I got the 100K play button, it was coveted. Like, that meant something 8 years ago. Now, so many people have passed me and gotten the gold play button, and they've reworked the silver play button, that I think my 2013 silver play button is actually rarer than the current gold play button. So we're in a weird era where I feel like I got like a misprinted stamp. Because now the silver play button is like slick and it's like brushed aluminum or something, and it's like shadow boxed properly. The one that I got, it looks like they framed it up at like the pharmacy, and it's basically like a triangular belt buckle. I think it's a rare stamp. And the gold play buttons are, you know, in 5 years you'll be able to find them on eBay for like $100. This thing's like one of a kind. Anyway, let's play some Super Auto Pets. Do the Chiblee Sprite Challenge. That clip is actually so good. The clip of Justin drinking 2 cans of seltzer without burping, and then when he finishes it, he goes, "I did it." It's hold. I can at least play the audio. Give me 1 second here. I'm pretty lazy. Here you go. You ready? Hold on. I gotta open it in a new tab. Here it comes. This is Justin. He's slurping it up. He's done.
I made it.
Oh, dude.
Made it.
I made it.
I made it.
Though I've never heard him sound like that. It's so good. I made it. Oh, it does. Like, I know people, I don't like burps either. I think burps are kind of gross, but also, like, I think farts are hilarious. So I respect, like, I have some level of hypocrisy. Don't get me wrong. Hold on. I'm going to my creator dashboard to change my stream title. 45 minutes in. Feels like a mouth stream today. We went live and just talked for like an hour. What up with that? But the feeling of like having to burp and it's like almost painful, and then you get that burp out there and it like saturates like the whole circumference of your throat when you finally get it out there. Oh man, that is good stuff. I remember, I've told this story before. Malf was there for one of these, but this was the first time we did it. In university, we played a game where there were security lights on the campus where you could, you know, if you were in trouble, you could ring them, and there was a speaker, and you'd be like, "Help, I'm being chased," and security would be like, "We'll be there when we get there." But we mapped out the location of all of them, and then thought this would be a fun drinking game. What if you shotgunned a beer between a group? You shotgunned a beer at every single one of them. So there were like 70 lights, and we started with like 12 people. It's a leisurely sort of experience. I mean, you're still shotgunning maybe like 5 or 6 beers. We were like, this is going to be a fun little bonding experience. In university, very doable. We did like 15 lights, and then half the people were like, "Oh, I gotta go. I got like a test tomorrow." And we're like, "Well, why the hell did you come out here? You got our hopes up for nothing." And then like we left us with 4 of us, and like I don't know, like 40 to 45 lights remaining. This shit that was supposed to take like 2 hours actually ended up taking like 12 hours. But some of the burps you get after you like shotgun your 9th beer, it's like 1:15 in the morning and you've been walking for 6 hours. Those burps will never, like, they cleansed my spirit like the ring of a singing bowl in a Buddhist temple. My spirit was empty in the best way possible after each one of those burps. I was cleansed. Anyway, Super Auto Pets public testing. Then Malf and I tried to do it again with a mutual friend / acquaintance, and on like light 6, rather than shotgun a beer, he chugged from a bottle of straight Captain Morgan, and we were like, "Yeah, don't do that." And then like 15 minutes later, he was like, "I'm gonna die," and we were like, "Okay, that's the end of that then." Thanks for ruining like the whole afternoon. Let's get you to the hospital then. Okay, did he die? No, he was fine. We just had to stop him from trying to text people. Well, he pulled like, remember that mouth? He pulled like all the grass out of my backyard. I mean, we were renting, so like I'm not sweating it. I just remember being like, the landlord's not going to be too happy about this if they see this. We got like, this dude is on our backyard, like just rolling around on the ground and like grabbing handfuls of grass and ripping them up. It's just destructive, man. All right, hold on. I got so many windows open. I don't know how to stream. Start a prediction. Can we get a weekly pack? You know what? You can't. I like this weekly pack. I kind of like this weekly pack more than where season 3 is right now. I remember. I'm not gonna go into details, but I do remember we had to stop him from texting a lady friend. And we were like, you really don't want to do that right now. But it was like the classic, like, this guy should not drink. Like, instead of responsibly, like, engaging in a titration and getting slightly more drunk over the course of several hours, he took it all as, like, a neutron bomb right to the face and then was like, I'm going to tell this girl I have a crush on that I'm going to marry her. And we were like, yeah, maybe wait till tomorrow. You could, what is in the whole, if you're going to spend the rest of your life together, what is one day in the whole scheme of things? Maybe just simmer on it for a bit. And of course, you can't talk sense into people when they're in that mindset. Anyway. That was like, I mean, it's crazy to think back. That was like 10 years ago. And by 10, I mean like 13. All right. I can't even slash marker. I don't know. 3, 2, 1, click.